All right. This is still something I'm working on just today. Some trippy jams for space. What's up with Ellie? What's up, Starlight? So, just got set up after work. It is looking gorgeous out. And I got something working that I've been trying to do for a while, which is I'm gonna be able to draw on the screen, I think, with paint, with MS Paint. That was that little speck that you were seeing to the left of the screen. That was MS Paint overlaid. So I'm just gonna continue getting set up. I gotta focus a little bit more, and I'll be right on in a few. Let me know if the audio is sounding good. Whoa, that went really reverby. How's that? Okay. All right. Almost 9 o'clock. No mosquitoes, thankfully. I got moon, waxing crescent, something in the 40s, I think. Right? 38.2. Almost 40%. And got Jupiter in tow with Antares and Saturn. It's gonna be a fun one. Okay, so that's properly focused. Got a little bit of raw footage. Mighty nice. What's happening, duplicate? Cat scope. A big meow to the cat earth out there. Caturf. Alright, so let me test this overlay stuff. I've been meaning to do this for a while, and it seems to be like a little bit of a hack, but it also, I think it will work. So you'll notice some weird like dots on the upper part of the screen and to the top left. Basically, I have to chroma key filter MS Paint on top of OBS software in order for this to work. So let's see. I'm gonna basically try and draw a couple of pieces on top of the moon now. But let me actually put the chat over here so I can see it. Pop out is the chat. You're also going to forgive my terrible drawing. I'm going to try. It's because I can't use a pen yet, or I don't have a proper pen for it, so it's going to be mouse-driven drawing. We'll see if I can do it. Okay, so I can see the chat, and let's pull up MS Paint. And let's turn on the layer. That's a little yellow line. Let's see. There's something about it. It's cropping the amount of area I can cut in from MS Paint. But let's see if I. There we go. All right. Let me know if you see that. Right here, Mari Crescent. I can finally do what I've been trying to do. That's that hexagon. The right side is pretty awful. I'll do that one more time. Now this is fun. This is taking back some space. Also, Ellie Peridolia alert. Now I can draw on all the pieces that I want to show you. All right. Let me know how that looks. What's up, V-Smart? Let me check the preview on the dash. Yeah. That seems to be working somewhat. Oh yeah, MS Paint for the win. Okay, and then I can mark off the regions, so that's Maricrisium, and then Proclus right there. Mari fecunditatis, Langrenus crater, Tranquility, and Serenity. Wait, is that? Yeah, Serenity is up there. Oh, hell yeah. What's happening? Mark Rowe says, I told everyone in my barber shop, the barbers, about TakeBackSpace today. That's very nice of you. What kind of reaction did you get? And also, let me know if y'all can see the yellow kind of highlight marker well enough. I think I could make it thicker, but I wanted to be able to draw more details, so. So let's try this close up and see if it registers the same. Oh, that's trickier than I thought. Come back. Come back, space. Oh, hell yeah, Mark. That's awesome. I noticed a couple of people watching today, like lots of new comments on the Saturn wave, Saturn refraction. Okay, this is not working exactly right. Let's fix it. Okay. So there's a little bit, I haven't figured out how to sort the cropping issue. So bear with me. Bear with. That would be fun one day when we can all draw in real time. Okay, so here we go. Let's try at the top, to the right, angle, angle, nice. There we go. Angle, angle, angle. Okay, that hit the top of MS Paint, but you see pretty much what I've been trying to say about Maricrisium. It's just so apparent. Pierce and Picard craters. Actually, let me pull up my atlas, make sure. The triumvirate. Yeah, Pierce on the top, Picard on the bottom. And then Proclus. I noticed something really interesting. Let's see if I can draw this Pareidolia. So I don't know, I noticed this, like the US eagle, you know, that's sanded on the, like a 2D representation of the eagle. But I think it's just because it's in between two geometric pieces pinched in the middle. All right, let's scrub around, see what else is going on. I'm also gonna hide this paint program for a sec. Yo, what up, Rick? I'm sleeping. Are you sleeping, really? It's pretty early. You see this, this next level telestration? All right, what other features are going on? We got Posidonius. And to the left of it is Sea of Serenity. You can see this great big branching filament style, like the forked tongue at the end of a river. A large regolith sinuous underlay. Hey, what's going on, Mary? Nice to see ya. There's a black cougar standing on its hind legs northwest of Mare. All right, let's go back to that. Looking for this black cougar standing on its hind legs. Northwest, okay. What's happening, Jimbo? Just trying some new stuff tonight. Let's see, I'm gonna draw on it, Mary, and you can tell me what part to draw. So, I guess this is north. So northwest. so a cougar on its hind legs. Can't see it, but Shockwave says he sees a massive sperm. It's pretty funny. That's what we were talking about the other day. Just how recursive geometry in nature. All right, let me hide that. Okay. All right, we'll go back to the cougar. And let's just check what else is going on here. This chain of craters is going to be looking great tonight. Let me find it on the atlas. That is Theophilus, right? All right, Theophilus, Cerilius, and Katharina. It's really interesting, like dumbbell-shaped stretch to the left, and then Theophilus. Really cool angle at Theophilus. That's the one with the kind of trifecta of central peaks. Jimbo, Aristarchus is currently on the other side, on the dark side, but actually, I can show you where it is because I can flip that. Let's do a quick wide shot. Actually, it's pretty hazy, as you can see, but Aristarchus would basically be actually, where would it be? Let me just double check. Mare Imbrium, it would be right around like here. If it clears up, we'll be able to see it much more clearly. Yo, what's up, Dia? The humidity is actually not too bad, but we'll see. It sometimes gets worse as the show goes on, as the moon starts to set, it changes. So now it's quite nice. I'm going to appreciate that. Yo, alright. So that was a little bit of Jupiter, Nibiru, the Destroyer, as Shockwave just put it. And now over to Cronus, Saturn. I'm trying to spell Google. I figured I'd try and label the moons. That was Callisto, Ganymede, and Europa. Io is currently behind Jupiter. Jimbo Khan says, does anyone know the official explanation why we never see anything hit the moon? No new craters. How is this possible? So the answer there is that things do hit the moon very infrequently, or at least they're caught very infrequently. There are a few videos of things so-called hitting the moon. I would assume, just guessing or speculating, that small things would hit the moon constantly. Tiny, tiny rocks and micrometeorites, things that you wouldn't really be able to capture on a telescope. In terms of capturing things on a telescope, it's very rare. There are very few amateur astronomers who've captured anything like sparking, like a transient lunar phenomenon. Only 5 to 10 videos of that, or less. I haven't, in 5 years, captured anything hitting the moon, even though I was pointed at it when apparently something hit it this past lunar eclipse. I was pointed at the other part. So the flip side to it is that all the major lunar craters and features that we can see is really sort of what's up for debate, and are those formations that were electric discharge, things like Valles Marineris on Mars, and the Grand Canyon, and these huge craters like Aristarchus, which are hundreds of kilometers. Are those formed by electrical Birkeland currents exchanged between planets, thousands of years ago or tens of thousands of years ago, versus, bombardment periods of meteors creating these huge features on the moon, which make no real sense in terms of impact, but it's just something that nobody really talks about very much. So no noticeable craters, not from homebrew astronomy for sure, but there are some NASA videos that do show areas of the moon that didn't have a crater and then have a crater, but these are tiny, tiny areas. Anything massive, I don't think there's any video of that, or proof of that, actually. What's happening, Miguel? Nice to see you. Yeah, Be Smart, that was David Astronomy live stream, and I was streaming at the same time, and I was pointed at the lower half of the moon, and I didn't capture it at the exact same time I was recording, and I missed it. Or maybe he just was able to see it in Colorado. So, what's up, Don D? How's it going? Iapetus is somewhere. It's definitely not next to Uranus. Or Google. Alright, let's head back to the moon and stay on that for a while because it's going to start setting. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. 9099, 9099, 09. Still going. The realist edge of space, the communion of truth seekers, and just good individuals. I hope everybody's feeling good tonight, because I certainly am. The energy feels pretty great. Gotta send that and mirror it to all the people who need it in other parts of the world that doesn't feel so great for them. So many topics to talk about, but yeah, let's head back to the moon, do some more drawing, because I can't believe it was just staring me in the face. I found this forum thread from 5 years ago, and they're like, oh, you should use MS Paint with chroma key, and I just didn't really consider it till today. I totally agree, Jimbo. I lament that situation all the time, but that's why I'm scoping I can't do it 24/7, 365, but I do it as much as I can. All right. I'll play that song in a second. Just gonna check in with y'all. What's up, Starlight and Light Moon? Looking at the thing, saying the other thing. I know Starlight, you've been here for a sec. What's up, Space Fan? And anybody else join in? Let me know if I missed you. You want a shout out? How's the weather where y'all are at? Are you seeing this beautiful alignment of Saturn to your southeast and Jupiter to your southwest, and then the moon to your further southwest, all of them in the same sky, sending out some good vibrations tonight and reciprocating them. The dance of the mind and the planets is one.
Eat up a shell, swallow the stone, cause of the light, you are the door. Made up of shells, light up the stone, cause of the love, you are my light. Made up of shells, magnetic light, claws of the force, gracefully fall. Made up of shells. stone, cause of the love. You are my
Yo, yo, what's up, my space fam? What's up, Genghis and Charlie Silverman and Tom and Eat All Your Fish? And I think that's it. Welcome, welcome. It's funny when Starlight said it is crazy over here in Jersey, because then I smelled a storm, and I hope it's not coming for South Florida, but I just read the word storm and I smelled that kind of air. Alright, I'm going to play this track back, but you can see what I just did, which is, this is my game tonight, and I'm going to get better at it and get like a pen to do it, but I'm using the mouse and MS Paint to basically draw on top of OBS to tell it straight and to tell it straight. But you can see hexagons abound. Look how clear it is once you're looking for the right thing. And then you can see these parallel, almost parallel, but not really. They actually probably converge at a point. But look at that geometry. I know it's gonna look probably phallic in a lot of different ways, but please, I'm not trying to make jokes of the moon. All right. So I want to just find the name of this crater. Where is it? This is Jansen, and I should put the label too. This is cool, man. Doing multiple layers of things. Yeah, there's a little hex to the left and to the bottom. So Jansen, Fabricius, Steinhell, Metius, Brenner. I'm just gonna keep moving around. There's a lot to cover, so I'm gonna refrain from the labels for a second. Let me know if you need a particular label or if you didn't hear me say a name correctly, but this is Jansen crater with a hexagon. And these, when I say sinuous rills, are these little things right here, these little kind of striations. What's going on, Prow? All right, let's keep moving through and I'll see. All right, you can see some, where is it? Come back here. No. Yeah. So many things going on. All right, central peak over here. And then I'm just drawing on random stuff. Let's find something I can actually show. Okay, so this is an interesting section. You can see hexagons, but also pentagons, and also almost a honeycomb structure. What's happening, Easy E? How you doing? All right, I'm gonna adjust the ISO. Let me find the name of this section. Region. Hey Mary, have a great night. Thanks for stopping by. See you on the next one, I hope. Alright, so this region, let's see, what is this? Yes. Yeah, this track is just a little work in progress. It's just that little riff, but it's going to turn into something one day when I finally pull it up. All right, so I found the region that I'm talking about, or that I'm focused on, center right here, and I'm going to see if I can draw and also reference the areas. Okay, get this over here. So very complicated, but I probably need a third monitor. Okay. And so, did that not work? There we go. Okay, so this is Piccolo Mini. Piccola Mini. Put this track behind me too. A little bit of tracks. Yeah, so Piccolo Mini's got like, it actually is a very, it does actually look like a hexagon. Let's see if I can't draw it correctly. Here. This is Piccolo Mini. You can see another hexagonal emergence. Whoops, I need to move this down. It's so funny, I used to think these were all perfectly circular or like elliptical, but there's so much geometry going on, like nested hexagons. There we go. Like a tree stump almost. So like they don't have to be perfect hexagons, but really it's more about the straight edges and the corners. And so you typically have this kind of broken wall where the discharge, the electric discharge that was moving, either entered or exited, and then you have this residual sputter from the center. These are all the central peaks that everyone asks about, and they glint because there's electrostatic dust and radiation residual from the electric arc that zapped it. Also, those are just theories, but that makes a lot more sense than an impact creating a hexagon and leaving, you know, those central peaks that are so prominent, as well as having little craters on the edge of larger craters. So, just want to move over to this region where I was telling you about these almost honeycomb patterns. So let's see if I can't draw that a little bit. Whoops. Back here. How am I going to draw that? So that. These are just cut off because I can't get more of MS Paint in the program yet. I haven't figured it out. But anyway, those are a few hexagons, like large and small, creating a bit of a honeycomb shape. And this, what is this crater? This is called Rothman, Lindenau. Yeah, Lindenau and Riccius, Rothman, and Piccolo Mini is what we just looked at. I'm going to show you a correlating feature. So this feature right here is called Fracastorius, and I'll actually put a label here too. Or not two for the first time. Yo, what's up, Sensei Camilo? How are ya? What's up, everybody? What's up, Cognitive Dissonance? What's up? You're welcome, Genghis Khan, and everybody. Let me know if I missed you. Seems like a packed house. Love it. 9:36. Checking out this amazing shot of the moon right here, if I may say so. Mari Crisium, Mari Marginis, Mari Undarum. I'm pretty pleased with how this telestration is working, even though it's a limited area. These are the areas these are the regions that I always call out, and I can now draw on them. Love it. Okay, so Marginis, right? So Marginis. Sorry. So funny. That's my attempt at writing. Alright, let's look at this snake, the snake feature, or rather the snake's tongue. So typically sinuous rills that are talked about are more like cutouts in the surface, but there are sinuous types of rills that are these undersurface kind of channels. So let's see if I can show you all this. So first, let's notice how amazing these kind of tension areas are. You can see the stretching of the regolith right around here, these filaments. And then you can see this one up here. Oh, that sucks. Let me change this view a little bit. All right, so this kind of forking type river or canal, channel, sinuous underground channel or whatever it is kind of terminates right next to this crater called Posidonius, and I'm going to jump in it. It's the one right to the right of the fork. All right, so let me hide this, get closer. Blue Diamond Phillips, exactly. The paint program has a text option. I know it's a real pain in the ass to deal with it because I have it. I have this chroma key working kind of on a slider. Too much to explain. TLDR. Too long didn't talk about it. TLDT. Well, let's just zoom into this region. This is basically Sea of Serenity and Posidonius. And come on, remote. Damn you. Yeah, it looks like veins. It looks like land, the surface is kind of folded on itself but it also looks pinched along like a filament. That's our close-up, and what track is going to go with that? And that's Posidonius crater. So here's some proper detail. Look at the fork in hell, but down here at the other end of it, it like it breaks off, branches off like roots on a tree. Like nerve endings. Yeah, I'm focused here, but you see that's crazy. And then you have counter running cuts underneath that. Let's zoom into this little crater. Yeah, Genghis Khan says when you run a current through a wet piece of wood and make electric burn art, exactly. Lichtenberg patterns, dendritic filaments, basically created upon what I think is probably path of least resistance. So the branching patterns basically move through our plasma universe, and as soon as they find an easier route to go, they move through that, and that creates the random branching with a rule set. So I'm just trying to find the name of this crater real quick. Is it Plinius? Could be Plinius. It is Plinius. Let's find out who Plinius is. Got a little bit of wind, but there, settled. So there's a little bit of geometry here. It's not perfectly hexagonal, definitely looks more like a seed, but at the corner at the bottom right, I'll draw over that. You'll see that even this, even though it looks organic, right there, it's smooth, but it's still a corner. And this part kind of goes up that way, that way, that way. There's definitely some geometry here. Also the indentation. What's more interesting is the outer region that it kind of indents is, let's see if I can draw that. That's very straight edged, and then straight edge, straight edge, straight edge. Like that's pretty interesting geometry. That was some Plinius. I know it's the obvious one, but let's take a look at Magnification. Get close up, closer, and some contrast. And we can really see inside of Magnification. This is actually a pretty rare and excellent view, if I may say. I'm gonna have a quick smoke and stretch because I realize I've been sitting for a while. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Rolling into about 10 o'clock, first hour of the show. I appreciate everybody hanging out. And I'm gonna just leave it here for a second. Top left of the screen is Proclus and Magnification. You can see Pierce and Picard and this little sinuous rail. Back in a few.
liquids, now you're left for dead. Just pay your debts. Float, the news calling. A souvenir. A soon rescue. By the two men. They're fixing the furrow. Mixing your liquids, now you're left for dead. Just pay your debts. Float, the news calling. A souvenir. A soon rescue. By the two men. They're fixing the furrow. Mixing your
Alright, what's up everybody? What's up Lost Brooklyn, Michael Wise, Grubbin' Dinner, and who else? Let me know if anybody else joined that I missed. So there's a killer shot tonight of Jupiter with the moon Io casting a shadow on the upper band, and then the Great Red Storm rolling in, so we do have a view of it for a while, I think. 10 o'clock. Now it's getting humid again, as I suspected. Are we lost in space? Or found? We are found in space. Exactly, yes. Let's change up this tune, syncopated television, and I'm going to head over to Saturn. We have this view for a bit of Jupiter, so I'm going to make sure not to lose sight of the moon. Moon on this 3X is going to be amazing, so get your braces ready. up, everybody? It was fun. I was tripping out on the music and getting this 3x shot. Saturn is looking amazing, Jupiter amazing, and back here at the moon before it sets, or it's close to being set, so I want to get as much footage of the moon as possible, and then when it sets we'll get back to Jupiter and Saturn. But Theophilus here, please try and ignore the dust or crap on the lens. It's a 5-year-old. This is like the scope that I started TakeBackSpace with. Yeah, the camera is a Sony Alpha 6500 with a T-ring connector, which is a 1 1/4 inch, and it fits into the back of the Celestron Nexstar scope. It depends on the size of the scope. Like the 11, I had to get an adapter because it has a 2-inch opening at the back. Yeah, so there's a little gunk on the lens. But Theophilus looking amazing. Central peaks, trifecta. Yeah, this is the OG scope. I definitely had to change the mount, but the tube is still the original one. At least 600 shows, if not more. Alright, it's tough to zoom in. I think it's a little too low on the horizon for this 3x, but you can see Magnification to the top. Right here, Messier A and B. This would be astronomy live streams, GOTO. Actually, maybe I'll zoom in here. Yeah, I desaturated the image for a second because the fringing is hardcore. The diffraction between the red and the blues. So this is Messier A and B. Lens gunk, space funk. Space funk. Lens gunk, space funk. Oh, so let me put I got some more tunes coming. This is something fresh. So I think I'm gonna switch it up to the wide view, and we'll get the moon setting and see if we can't see some of the dark side, Earth shine. Hope y'all are feeling alright. 10:22 on the clock. We ride into more filamentary electric space, unified by the field. What's up, y'all? Just wanted to jump in here, answer some questions. I know I see, what's up, Sound Surgeon? Wow, what's up with the black crest of the moon? It's not uniformly even. No, definitely not. It's pretty much different every single time, depending on the phase, position in the sky, its libration, its point in its apogee or perigee, and so you see a little bit of it differently each time we see the moon. And what's up, Michael Wise? You said you wanted my opinion on hexagonal craters. I think it's one of two things. I feel like hexagons grow like crystals, and or mud and like clay can settle in hexagonal forms, like basalt. So I think it's like a combination of electrical discharge and electrical impact, or like, I keep saying impact, but I feel like an electrical discharge would impact the surface and create these kind of shapes. So it's both that, and I feel it also grows, like all these like Ceres and all these different features that kind of feel like they're bubbled up around asteroids. Like, what was the other one? I'm trying to think of it. Some of them have rocky bodies that kind of look like Martian surfaces or the lunar surfaces, like blasted away rock. But the kind of porous, I'm thinking of a moon of another planet. Maybe it was Charon, Pluto's moon, had a similar type of surface. And these kind of pockmarked, layered and layered surfaces, layered and layered hexagonal, circular, pentagonal, side-by-side honeycomb craters. All of that looks like it's kind of growth to me, like honeycombs. But I'm still learning about it. Just some thoughts. Also, shout outs to Northern Arizona Sound Surgeon. If you're new, please hit the bell for notifications and check out the archive and the playlists and the description of the video for links and gear, etc., and music. So it's a good time to shout out all the EU people: Thunderbolts Project, Sapphire, Sky Scholar, Pierre-Marie Robitaille, Electro TerraVision, Greg J, Electric Universe Eyes, The Electric View, Chronos, See the Pattern, Suspicious Observers, and many others. Everybody trying to do a little piece of this, getting our plasma cosmology one filament at a time. So many comments. I'm kind of missing things, but just got some new tunes going for y'all. And this is the moon setting in about 15 minutes. So let's see what I'll do. I have this view right here, and I do want to get some shots of the earth shine to the left. Let's film. Yeah, Michael Wise says, I believe the bubble explanation works best for me. You ever seen 8 bubbles put on top of each other? Yeah, let me finish that. You ever seen 8 bubbles put together form an octagon on top, bubble fields of energy? I think so. I think everything is recursive, like every dot to every giant dot has a shell, basically ever expanding shells from the center of this dot at every level, at every magnitude, and they can look like bubbles. But if you look at the Sapphire Project anode, you can kind of see the plasma shells take on these very interesting, like smooth geometric platonics. Sometimes it's spherical and elliptical and stretched. Sometimes it looks like geodes. Sometimes it looks like a simple platonic, but like with smooth corners. So I think bubbles and hexagons, honeycombs, they all share the same sort of thing where it's like this reaction, diffusion, So essentially it'll grow out in a sphere, but if it meets distortion, so funny. If it meets distortion, it'll kind of smush up against the next sphere, and then they'll create a flatter wall. And that wall will become kind of part of that expanding hexagonal pattern. Does that make sense? Actually, I can draw it. That's what's crazy. I keep forgetting that I set this up. All right. Sound Surgeon says, I hope to see craft or structures from your footage. I wish I could say that that was a possibility, but it really isn't. We see such a wide view of the moon that you'd never really see a building or an actual craft. And it's unfortunate that that's not really a common thing that people know, but it really is, as far as the distance to the moon, really is not possible. Or else we'd see, for example, the lunar rover, Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, the LRO, or Clementine, or the Grail missions, or the Indian ISRO. These things are really difficult to spot with homebrew telescopes, but I'm sure we'll catch interesting stuff. If you didn't see the Saturn wave refraction video, please go back a couple of videos in the channel and check it out. I think I'm really loud, so let me know if I am. And I gotta go get myself a drink, but the moon is looking really beautiful. Actually, I can point out Aristarchus. All right, whoa, that's really loud. Damn, sorry about that, everybody. We're back. I don't know, it's been glitching like crazy. So this is a cool shot. The moon is setting behind the palm trees, and it's getting this kind of fluttering. You can see the dark portion, the earth shine. Thanks for your patience with that. It just went all trippy for a second. OBS does this thing where it just starts glitching and going back and forth and not loading. So I had to turn off OBS and start over. I'll wait for everybody to head back. What up, everybody? Hey, everybody. I'm starting to slur. That means the show's getting good. So, the moon has set. I was just playing around with some of those palm trees, trying to get some interesting shots. Some of them were good. And playing some of these new jams, fresh off the wax. Bounced and ready for the show. Put some tunes on here. I kind of want to urge everybody to take a breather in the chat room, and let's remember why we're here. I'll just say it, which is to commune and enjoy the fact that we live and also exist under this sky, this space, and we get to see it. So there's a lot of flexing going on in the chat, and let's just take it easy. I don't want anyone to have to leave or feel uncomfortable. So let's drop it, shall we? And get back to the tunes. So we got Jupiter here. I'm going to zoom in. Just want to highlight some moonage. It seems like Io has finally appeared from in front of Jupiter, but we'll still see the shadow. All right. I just want to hear hell yeah from everybody that we're all cool and there's no point in stressing out, because there's a ton of stress everywhere. If you want to vent, why don't you hit up Twitter or Instagram comments or other YouTube videos that want to talk about this stuff. But honestly, with all due respect, or all just respectfully, because you're human, it's stuff that, like, it's not even a downer. It's more just like nobody's really getting involved in the conversation except Shockwave. And that's fine, but let's include everybody. Tammy, it's all good. I feel you. Do as you need to, but just letting you know that you're welcome. Everybody's welcome. And let me zoom into Jupiter before it sets and we can't see it too closely. All right, so Jupiter is starting to set, and with the 3x, it's a lot of glass in between the scope and Jupiter. You do get the magnification, but the sharpness gets diluted a little bit. So it's a combination of Jupiter being setting and a little bit of haze from the moon to the right, which is also setting, and then it's also the 3x glass. But you definitely are able to see the red storm and the shadow of Io and the detail much better. So it's this weird mix of like better but not so clear. Michael Wise says, have I ever seen any octagon electrical storms on Jupiter, or is that even possible with these lenses? I don't think really, well, the way Damien Peach does it is that he takes pictures of Saturn and then he does a stack and then he stretches it orthographically. And I think you can actually see Saturn's hexagon, but Jupiter, I really don't think you can. I haven't seen anybody catch that, but I do find the Jupiter footage of the comet Shoemaker-Levy, that footage is incredible. So yeah, there's also atmospheric distortion and heat. It's super hot right now, speaking of which. So just putting on some tunes, a bit more tunes here. Maybe this one. I haven't played this in a long time. So we'll chill here for a moment, and then I'll go check out Saturn. My throat's a bit rough tonight, so it's going to be mostly music from here on out. But let me know if you have any questions, and I appreciate everybody keeping it cool tonight and every night. We gotta stay strong and send out good energy and thoughts and hearts and lots of emojis and good ideas to other parts of the world who are less fortunate than us right now. Full on music glitch. Glitchy. Alright. I'm gonna start winding it up, winding it down. 2:30. No. 2 hours 30. But it's 11:15. I'm getting eaten by little bugs. Little bugs. We got Jupiter setting. Really good shot of Saturn. Oh, and I got Shockwave back. Stop trying to engage. Oh, right. I thought you were talking to me. Talking to Cognitive, I'm sure. What's up, Yanni? Yanni, how you doing? Let's go for like another 15, 20 minutes, and let's just chill, everybody. Let's see if I can either even gather words together. What I really want to see is the shadow of Io. I'm looking for a track real quick. Maybe this one? for all of y'all who showed up late, tonight I used this MS Paint to do a little bit of telestration like this, like such. So next moon stream, we'll do some more drawing. Damn. 3x is so finicky. Just trying to settle it. Alright, so right here, that's the shadow of Io, just about to creep. That's Io. Great Red Storm. Upper red band. And all the cool spirals. And curls and such. Rembrandt. Hilarious. Hilarious. So I'm going to stick on Jupiter for a little bit. Touch of contrast, and you cut out all the saturation. Yep, sun is on my right, underneath Jupiter. And then if you blast up the saturation, you can see the diffraction of light, the Fraunhofer diffraction, the blue to the left, and the red towards the sun. Ooh, it is cooking hot, smoking, indeed. Let me find a track and get a little bit of air outside while we start to drift on this 600 and some odd space stream. We go strong. How does Io project a shadow to the right? It doesn't. So Io is on the right in the corner. Sorry guys, I feel like I'm getting, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not getting sick. That's Io. That's the shadow of Io. And that's the sun. And Jupiter rotates that way. And the storm is swirling that way and that way. And there's a Birkeland current coming in and out of Jupiter. And Jupiter's shells emanate that way. Man, this is gonna be fun. I gotta practice. Looks like a dog. Looks like a dog, Johnny. The Fraunhofer refraction. It's the Fraunhofer. I'll find that real quick. Fraunhofer. All these funny names. Certain ones are much easier to remember than others. It just means light diffraction, simply. Below Nibiru, it is Antares. Yep. Let me see if I can see that actually. Always good to see stars. appreciate everybody hanging out tonight. I got a little bit sleepy. This is good. Moon set, Jupiter's set, and we got Saturn, Titan, Rhea, Dione, Tethys. A little shot to take us out. Gonna go through the roll call 24/7. Good night, lunatics. Good night, Ellie Wynn. This ride is blessed. Thank you. Good night to the cats. Cognitive dissonance. Peace out. A2UC3Y. Catch you soon. I know you showed up a little late. I'll see you next time. Starlight Spectrum. Take care. I know it's been intense in the chat room, but it's all good. Yanni Santana. Take care. Thanks for stopping by. C. Smith. Same to you. Have a great night. True Man Zoo. True Man Show. Duplicat. Now. Light Moon. I wasn't saying that things are going to be bad. I was just saying that across the universe, all bacteria, all life, all particles think that bad things are going to happen, but they continue to live. So, human race might, get annihilated somehow, but it's on its way for Earth to become a star and fulfill its role. So it's all very beautiful and natural, even though it could be a little bit terrifying. Tammy, take care. Hope your hubby feels better. Just rest up. Eat all your fish. Take care, bud. Hope you have a good rest of your night. Bom dia. Nice to see ya. Michael Wise. Great questions. Thanks for hanging out regularly. I think that's all I got. Let me know if I missed you. Otherwise, exactly, Duplicat says T-minus 1 day for Chandrayaan 2 moon landing. I'm pretty excited to see what shows up. Of course, if it's one photo, I'm going to be pretty disappointed for 5 minutes. Tom, also, Katya, Happy Honey, Big Bear, Prow, and Shockwave. Catch ya. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day tomorrow. Stay kind, stay wise. Keep questioning and make sure you leave room for others. We're all little electric bubbles. We gotta make room for each other. All right, everybody. I'm toast. Put a fork in me. Okay, I can't read that, but I wish I could. Thank you. Take care, and I'll catch you on another one.
Thank